Hello and welcome to Jumpin' Johnny Gaming Retro Walkthroughs. This Final Fantasy III Pixel Remastered video is the 13th part of the 100% complete walkthrough, and we will be going through the ancient maze to reach the Crystal Tower, and we're going to do a detour for an optional dungeon that has the best weapons, it has boss fights and 2 new excellent jobs, and this becomes a common occurrence in future Final Fantasy games. So head to the ancient maze where you have been before, where you got the Earth Crystal, but before you go in, there's 2 more enemies to get with the bestiary, and both take a while to show up, and both can be found in the forest areas outside the ancient maze. The first enemy is called an Aeon, nothing special with no weaknesses. The second is the Minotaur, which appeared in the original Final Fantasy, now brandishing a weapon, which it does in future Final Fantasy games. Enter the maze, head up to the top, go right for a chest, and enter the next floor on the left. 2 new enemies you can face in this dungeon is King Behemoths, which appeared in Final Fantasy II, and it's the most deadly enemy in the dungeon, and toughest normal enemy you have faced so far. You want to treat it like a boss fight, and after defeating it once, you may want to flee future encounters to conserve, as you will be fighting lots of strong enemies and bosses. The kings have strong physical attacks and attack with Meteor, which hits all the party members, and you can face Iron Claws. They don't split like Death Claws, they have powerful physical attacks. The second floor is one of the biggest floors encountered so far. Unlike the video, you might want to get the two chests straight up and then follow the video. I had to go back for them. If you get the two chests above, then head left, keep heading left and down for a chest. A new enemy you can face is the Thanatos. They have strong physical attacks and can petrify with the Break Aga spell. Head up and take the top path for another chest containing the first piece of the crystal armor, a very good set for physical fighters like the Dark Knight. And another enemy you can face is the Bone Dragon. They are weak against fire and holy magic. Use Cure or Arise will instant KO them. Continue back heading left and go all the way to the left side, then head all the way up for a chest. And this is when I realised there's two chests right at the start, so I went back to get the two chests. Then you want to head right back to the left and then up. You want to go to the middle section of the maze by heading right and then down for some chests. One containing the best rod in the game, which can cause gradual petrify, and before you go to the right section of the maze, there is a chest on either side in the middle section. Two new enemies you can face is Unai's clone, a weaker version of the actual Unai. It can use the snowstorm spell to damage all enemies, and you can face the greater demon. They are weak to holy and not cure like I was testing, and they can summon iron claws to battle. Head up and right, then down and up to reach a chest, then up and right for another chest for another protect ring. Then head down and go to the exit to the next floor at the bottom. Then head up and get the final 2 chests to the left and right. The Holy Lance is a good weapon for the Dragoon, and exit the maze to reach the Crystal Tower. Enter the tower, and before we do this dungeon, there is the Eureka optional dungeon to do. Head up through the door, interact with the mirror, and use the Eureka key to enter the dungeon. An enemy you can face in the tower is the Azza. They are weak against ice and water. Head down and go down the left path to get 2 chests. An enemy you can face is Sleep Nose. Their physical attacks are strong and they are capable of inflicting several status effects like Toad. Head down the right path to get those 2 chests, then exit to the next floor at the bottom. A new enemy you can face is Hakos. They will do lightning attacks that will attack your whole party. Head down and through the left and right hand side doors to get some chests. Head down and go left through the crack on the wall and open the chest for a tough enemy. It does count as a boss, but you can face these at the last few floors as a random encounter. They are fast enemies and will attack twice and can cause blind and poison. You will get a ribbon, a really good helm that will guard you against most status attacks. Equip it on your main healer. Head down the left hand side exit and get the chest at the end. A new enemy you can face in the dungeon is Abbais, and they have strong physical attacks. Go back through the exit and take the right hand side exit, then head down and left for a chest. Head down and then exit to the next floor, which is on the left, and get the two chests that you can see in alcoves along the way. Follow the linear path and interact with the weapon for a boss fight. This is a stronger version of the Hind fight, where he changes weaknesses every now and again, but we can just damage him with your best attacks. If you got a black mage, use bio as it's non-elemental, so it won't heal him. And if you got a black belt, boost twice before attacking, use your healer to keep everyone healed. Head down to the exit to the next floor, then head left for a chest. A new enemy you can face is Acheron. They are the weakest in this dungeon, and a few attacks will be fine. No weaknesses, and he does strong attacks, but utilize your usual strategies. Head right to interact with another forbidden weapon, a classic weapon, the Masamune. The boss is really fast and sometimes do 3 attacks per attack. It is a weak boss, use your strongest attacks. Head down to exit to the next floor. There is a chest to get just before you exit. Head down the right hand side to interact with another forbidden weapon, and you face the General, which appeared in the last game. It is considered the weakest of the Eureka bosses, but can cause instant death with one of its spells. You get the Excalibur, a weapon that was used in the last 2 Final Fantasy games, and it's one of the most powerful swords in the game. Now go down the left hand side of bridges, which you can cross as it's full of secret passages that connects the bridges, and exit to the next floor, and then head up and interact with the staff to face a boss, a powerful magic user that can cast Flare and Holy. You have the Elder Wand, which you can use cure in battle when not equipped like you can with the elemental staffs. Bit late in the game to have this, but you can use it in battle if you want free heals. More importantly, you got two new jobs. The Ninja, which was in the original game. Here it can equip with most of the weapons and armor, and has the throw ability, which you can throw items and weapons for max damage depending on what you are throwing, and it makes the final boss in the game much easier. Then you have the Sage, which is an upgraded red mage, and also can use summons. It does the number of spells it can do with each spell is not as many as the Devout or Magus, but the magic itself does more damage. I replaced my Dark Knight with the Ninja and Magus with the Sage, and put all the summon magic on him as well. Time to get the final weapon in the dungeon, and if you have all weapons in the dungeon and found every hidden item in the game, you will get 2 trophies. The boss, Guardian, shares its name with the robotic enemy in the original game. It does strong physical attacks and attacks twice in a turn and can cause confuse. The weapon you get, the Ragnarok, is the strongest sword in the game and can be equipped by the knights, dark knights and ninjas. Head up and collect the last 4 chests in the dungeon, and this is where you can buy the most powerful spells in the game, level 8 magic. You have the debut of the tornado, which you will have seen used against you. This is the most powerful wind magic. Arise will bring back a KO'd ally with full health. Holy, which is powerful light magic. On the black magic side of things, I only needed to buy 2, as Behemoth takes a slot in the Sage. So Flare, which is the most powerful non-elemental spell for a single enemy, and for multiple enemies, use Meteor. There is one more enemy to get for the bestiary. If you go back to floor B6, the one with the bridges, and then boost encounters until you can get the Oceanus, a pretty weak enemy. Go back to the shops and press the switch at the top middle to open up a secret passage on the right. You can buy more shurikens. I would buy as much as you can, but leave some money, as I would recommend you to teleport from the dungeon Go back through the maze to get to the ship, heal up, buy all items, use all your money in buying everything as it's time for the final dungeon, and then go back through the maze to go back to the crystal dungeon. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, where there are more complete retro walkthroughs plus achievement and trophy guides, secrets and tips from the latest releases. Thanks for watching.